Hey, Donut. Shaking. When did we last do programming? Has it been like 5 months or something? Did I even stream it on YouTube last time? Let me check. Should be able to scroll in the live channel and search, right? 8 months ago? That can't be right. Is it really 8 months? Hang on, what's the end of this stream? No, it's... I look young in this. It's gotta be newer than this. Maybe we didn't stream on YouTube at the same time. I think it was more like 4 or 5 months. Oh yeah, Twitch deletes your VODs now. Or the old channel. Maybe the last VOD's just deleted. Possible. Well, anyway. Hi. Welcome back. I just hit F5. It's the same as Rund, but I had the YouTube window open. I just refreshed the backings. Last time we were working on this, we were experimenting with some procedural generation. We'd come up with this, like... You can hear me in the music okay, right? We'd come up with this kind of sketchy... I guess this is a Nuclear Throne style generation where like a tile jumps around and lots of room. I just wanted to mess around with that a little bit more today. One thing I wanted to try and do is just crack the tile size way down and see if it looks any better. Just sort of mess around. I'm still not 100% certain where I want to take this game. I don't remember if we had a notes page for this. It's hard to type with a thing. Did I not call it notes to do? Is this it? Right. We had ideas before that we were going to have like... It was either going to be a bullet hell, like WouHou, or it was going to be like a Nuclear Throne clone, or like both, like between levels. Like one level is a run around, do like a objective, open objective, like in Left 4 Dead missions. You collect like 3 petrol canisters or whatever, and then the mission after that would be a shooter, and then back and forth. I still think it's kind of neat. But I'm still not sure if people will be like, man, I love the bullet hell section, but I hate the Nuclear Throne section, vice versa. But you know, that's problems from. I think I will just mess around with it a little bit today. I don't know what's in this to do. I guess this is some particles from the last game that we had, where when you shot something it would like spark off, maybe. That looks like something like that. Anyway, let's try and remember what systems we had in place. How were we generating those rooms? Did we have a level gen? We did. Great. Oh, this looks nice and easy. How are all of you? Everyone doing well? Alright, this looks nice and easy. And now I just want to see if I can halve the size of the tiles, or even more than that maybe. See how it goes. So maybe we have like a main or something? Or does the level generate function doesn't even have sizes in it, maybe? Yeah, we didn't have a collision detection yet. Trying to debug some weird memory corruption. I had a horrid issue at work. They had some sort of wrapper where it takes a standard string construct. Apparently, it actually takes a standard string pointer. I was constructing that standard string pointer from another pointer, unbeknowingly. So that like bastardized second construction would on Windows on MSVC would lose scope. That variable was corrupted on Windows, whereas on Linux it was just fine. It held onto the memory just okay. That was fun to do. Anyway, generate floor. Looks like we send in an IVEC2. Oh, it's so much faster using my computer than the work one. Where's this being used? Where are you coming from? Game start. Alright, looks like we just generate level at start. Where am I picking the size of things? We have an unordered set of tile coordinates. We start by moving down and we set a maximum number of steps. It looks like this has nothing to do with the tiles. This is just generating some abstract coordinate space. I have a function that converts from coordinates to... Oh, I think we did, didn't we? I think it might have been in like the draw level, render gameplay background. Hello, coding. How are you? And a string sound pointer sounds sus. So it's we would have a file, number file with read in, and in their very old Cucumber parser, they would have a function to capture what is being passed line by line as a big string, and in there they have a helper function to pull out arguments, Cucumber arguments, and those were stored, or those can be retrieved as a pointer, if you like. It's what we normally do. You just get argument 0 as a string or whatever. But that has a helper function to do to std string, which means that it's still just a pointer to an std string, which is fine. It normally works. But then trying to construct something with that middle scope is not aggressively held onto. This is like a library function, a really old library. What are we building? This is a very old project. From like version 1 was in like code. We've been building a bullet hell, and then we did a reboot a few years ago, WouHou 2. And right now I'm experimenting with some procedural generation. It's been like 5 or 6 months, or 8 months since we last worked on this project. But right now I'm just trying to mess around a bit more with the prop gen, so I can show you if this still builds. We did this like 6 months ago. I think we bashed this out in one stream really quickly. Nothing too fancy. And right now I was just experimenting with messing around with it, trying to get my head around. You've seen some style guides that do that, just so you can see what's an out parameter in the... I don't want to really talk about this. That looks amazing, John. Thank you. You mean the main menu? This is a classic. This was this background you see is a photo of my flat when I lived in London like 7 years ago. It was a photo of the carpet. I've lived in like 4, 5, or 6 houses. The get thing args or whatever instead of get thing. Oh, it's even simpler than that. There's literally like, I think the whole function, the scope, step implementation scope, I think is just a macro. I don't know the further details than that. But within that macro, you can just do like get string argument at position 0. Get string arg 0, for example. And you put a little asterisk at the front. Yeah, these are some old things. Yeah, these tiles were just something we made in 2 seconds, just to have something to mess around with. Let's have a look here. If I remember, while we did this level generation, we didn't really tie it to real coordinates. Like, your character doesn't really interact with the world. It's strange. If the character's moving around its XY plane, the world is rendered at 1 multiplied by tile size. Strange like that. I don't know if that's really the right way to do this. But just for now to continue to mess around. Draw 2D world. Sometimes a seam appears. Okay. What am I looking at here? I'm guessing it's this class. This is a wall tile, this is a floor tile. Position, let's just knock this on. For every floor tile, the position equals its actual vector multiplied by 32. Alright, so if I were to halve that, and I were to draw these at, I guess, 0.50, how does that work? Oh, what's wrong? I don't know what that was. I must have left the game running or something. Alright, yeah. Everything's half the size. That makes sense. And if I were to maybe generate a slightly more interesting world. Let's have a look. It's just a prototype, you shouldn't expect too much. Indeed. Amazing. Well, thank you. I wonder if this still has that thing where there's a pixel gap between the tiles. It's entirely possible. I'm currently wondering if I should continue with my current code, which I guess if I move the window, it doesn't actually matter for you. This code, it moves everything around one by one item by item. I'm wondering if I should actually tie the level generation to the size of the tiles itself. So instead of jumping around as I'm drawing this room out, the level generator, instead of just going 1 pixel by 1 pixel or 1 coordinate unit by 1 coordinate unit, we actually do 1 multiplied by tile size, 16. Was an issue with that? What was the issue with that? It was difficult to check if I was already on that spot. I mean, that might make life a little easier later for vision detection. Did you hot reload the compiler? Did I? I just hit debug. C++ have hot reloading? Come from a historically, I come from a Kotlin and Swift world, so it wouldn't surprise me what wonders we have these days. It makes sense to store the tiles as internet coordinates, so it's easier to work when doing collision. That's not my question. Currently, there is a big discrepancy between the coordinates of the world and the coordinates that are being drawn on the screen. As we're generating the level, we're literally just moving around one by one. You think that is easier? You really think that's easier? Because I was thinking originally it would be easier to stick to integers because then you don't get weird floating point error. Right? We're not doing collision detection against floats. We're just doing... There's a tile between 1 and 2. You've seen hot reload in Java, not in C++. I don't know the mechanics of hot reloader. I don't know how they'd implement it in this. As long as you don't start to hardcode the scale actor. Okay, well if you think this is smart, I guess I'll just keep it for now. Let's think for a moment. As we're moving around, we should probably generate more floors. What's the issue? So, well, it's not an issue, we're just making a design decision. I'm just wondering how I want to proceed with my experimentation today. Currently all these tiles... I don't want to explain it a third time. The coordinate system to generate these tiles is not the same as the world coordinate system. That's not an issue. As we're drawing here, we're multiplying to get that world position. So this tile up here is at position 0, 0, so it's 0 times 16, 0 times 16 is here. This is at position 1, so it's 16 by 0. That's fine, I guess. If I want to generate this to be a more viable world, I suppose I should make the tunnels a bit bigger. Currently, I think I called it a Roomba. The way this world gen works, you can kind of see it. It literally is like a little Roomba that picks a direction, lays floors, turns, lays floors, occasionally spits out a floor, like a room, a 3x3 room. And then afterwards, we just scan over everything and generate the wall. That's simple. You could always wrap the level structure in a class that encapsulates how many tiles are stored. That's true. A random seed. This is randomly generated. There's I don't remember what I'm feeding the random generator right now. I don't even know where the random generator is coming from. It's here. Just a standard random device. Yeah, we're already doing this. Yeah. I'm sure there's a way to have a seed. But we don't need seeds right now. That's not a problem we're trying to solve. Yeah, let me think for a moment. Currently we're generating these what do I call them? Rooms? Add random room. So I suppose 5% of the time I should extract this. Rune gen chance. Let's just do something lazy for now. Rune gen chance is just a UNA, I guess, for now. So just keep them all in here. What's up? Currently it's a 5% chance. Let's make it generate rooms 100% of the time. And let's just see how that looks. What is this? It just sometimes fails to build. If I hit debug directly, it's strange. I guess hitting the debug button doesn't build in debug, it just hits debug straight. Okay, here we go. So the snake is constantly generating a 3x3 room. Immediately it feels a bit more like an actual level. That's interesting. What about if I make it more likely to turn? Where's my turning chance? Breakpoint to move percentage. Move chance. This is weird that I've done this. I'm going to move this down. It's strange that I've implemented this differently to this. Have I done that? Room chance is random percent. Breakpoint to move is 100. Wait, it's genuinely moving 100% of the time? Random -1. That's funny. I guess the thing right now is it turns, like it rotates? Or does it pick a random direction? Random -1 to 1. Oh, it just gives you a random number between -1, 0, and 1. Is that an int? I guess. Fine. Next in equals... Okay, so it can never turn back on itself. Suppose that's how we get the snake to always actually go somewhere. Maybe I want to make it less likely to move forwards. So at this point it's picking one of 3 directions to go. It would be nice if I could weight that. I could perhaps even just to be lazy for now. Cannot include open file casa is weird. Yeah. I think it's the CC++ extension. Oh. Makes sense to always work with tiles being one wide so you're referenced to everything game logic. Yeah, I agree. I like it. So we're moving always. What if we move less often? Does it just go off in a straight line? Let's say we move only 2/3 of the time. Yeah, this is strange. If I hit F5 again, I think... Wait, hang on, what's launch.json? What's F5 doing? This is not part of launch.json. Or whatever. I guess I have to build and run. For whatever reason. I can't just hit F5. That's a pain. So this one should be turning less often. And I guess it does feel like that. Like it's just constantly going right here. Okay. Will always be available unless it's compiling in C mode or something. Know what it's doing. Right, well let's move it back to this. There's something called direction. Oh, I see what we're doing. Sometimes we're moving right to down, down to left, to up. Well, you know what? Let's experiment with Let's see if we can let it turn around backwards. Just making this 2. Okay, making this 2 should be fine. Now this is problematic actually. If we were to add 2 and we're already at left, I guess the static cast might fail. Oh, that's going to be annoying. My current logic's a bit stupid. I could just pick a random number between 1 and 4 actually. If I actually just for now want to experiment any direction. So let's say random 0, 2, 3. And then where are you being? Let's see it. What is this keyboard sound? I want you to go from 0 to 3. And I'd like you to go from 0 to 3. Next int equals this. We don't need any of this. Yeah. Why not change it just larger than or equal to? This build thing's kind of annoying. Because I just want to that logic. I'm just experimenting. Also, I don't know what happens with static cast if I try and static cast that email. Oh, something crashed. Where? Where's the crash? There's no breakpoint. It just crashed. What? Passing a constant. I'm getting confused. Oh, it's because I'm adding a direction modifier. Let's just return a random number then. This should do. I didn't really look at this function. Let's just do this for now. Oh. Alright, so this is it generating like it's just picking a random direction. The Roomba is no longer going in a guaranteed way, and you can kind of see. I think if I were to keep, do I have a button to regen the room? Restart. I go full screen? Yeah. Yeah, there's no guarantee, I guess, that the room ever actually isn't just a small blob, right? There's a fairly good chance it just generates these giant rooms. Although this looks reasonable. The chat died. Right, well, let's try stepping it up a notch. I want a giant room. There must be a nicer way to like procedurally generate this. I think what we're doing here is generating just the vector around. I would also like to generate all this with a 2. I mean, for now I can copy and paste while we think of a decent algorithm for that. Let's change all the 1s to a 2. That should do for now. Oh, actually, we can tweak this by saying only move half the time, and then move random up. You see the error pop up on there. Oh. Full custom game menu. Yeah. Auto. You can't see it, oh, that's fine. Donut in chat made a wrapper for a number of good libraries, like SDL, and he's put a lot of work into it. That's his sort of game library. This is an interesting sort of arena. I don't know why it's generated all these little one-off items. I don't know quite how that's working. If I generate a room of size 1, how does that look? Room size. Back steps 1. I keep hitting F5. You have a pre-launch task CMake and launch JSON. Let's check. So we're doing this. Pre-launch task CMake build. Yes. Assuming that is what we're doing. No, we're doing Windows. Hang on. Windows launch. Oh no, we are still doing it. And in the middle. So, about what you've done. Okay, this is what a 1x1 room looks like. Oh, that's fun. Generate like a little star shape. Alright, if I move those corners in one, that actually makes like a decent little shape. There must be a mathematical way to generate this, by the way. Like what I'm doing here is a little stupid, but what are we missing out on then? I guess 1x2. 2x2 should be changed into... actually, if I bring the shape up on screen, it should... Imagine this. I didn't even change anything in the build. And it asked me to... It crashed. Search for F5 and keyboard shortcuts. What's it bound to? Debug open view. Debug. Start debugging. Name is in the way. Oh. It's new to me. Name is yours. Maybe a Windows thing. Let me bring the game back up. I can make it small. I just want to look at this star. I think. No, 0, -2, -2. That's this one. I want it to say -1, -2. And then +2, +2. I want to say +1. +2, -2. I guess just these ones change to 1 on the left. Maybe. What does the pop-up say? I'll try and trigger it again in a minute. Not quite it. Oh, I still need to fill out. Yeah, I thought we might. That's fine. Let's try and generate the error. Let's just make a small change. Pre-launch task CMake build terminated with exit code 1. Oh, and I can just hit debug anyway. Hang on. That's weird. CMake build fails. Yeah, something like the cmake build command might... Are we not building with Ninja? Don't know. When I do F7, what am I doing? Oh no, I'm doing this. Can I just... I'll just do this. You just add, like... Anyway, I need to relaunch this so I can see what I need to do. So I need 4 more. Let's copy these. Look into a mathematical process. I want minus... Oh, it's probably just all the secondary ones. 2, and you can be 1. It's probably just something. That's Jason. Okay. Still got an error. Why did this not? Does this not actually build it, maybe? Oh, it didn't actually build anything. But now it's rerunning the entire build. Yeah, I think it just doesn't build, because that was an earlier version of the game. Change your F7 build. It's a pain. Just rerun it. Hey, there we go. Perfect. You probably want to do that. Do I? What does this imply? Makes F7 and F5 use the same build task. Oh yeah. So, if I now generate a room, which is distance 10,000. Oh, you can't do that? When I F7, it seems to build literally everything. It doesn't, it's like it's not using the C cache or something. Awareness. By the way, I can change how VS Code looks. Do you prefer this dark version? This light version? Which do you prefer? Do you have a preference? Dark or light? It's just enabling Force SDR on. You should use Ninja explicitly. Yeah, that's what I said. Hang on, this didn't actually build. Stop fucking around for now. Why is this not doing distance 1,000? Oh, distance. How far it should move. Oh, hang on. If I move distance to like 100, does that just make a bunch of islands? You make generator ninja. That. It doesn't seem to change anything about F7. F5 just boots. Oh, I feel slowness. Okay, hang on, 100 was way too high to test this. Let's just hit F5 and see. I will debug anyway, useless. Oh, hang on, I'm actually really smart. If I set distance to like 3, doesn't that actually look kind of sick? How about we make it... We don't need to generate 10,000. When was the last time we ran a RAM test? Not recently. It's really funny to see how this works now. When I generate a room, I should definitely just generate like a random splotch. Like the MS Paint tool. Just like noise. You know what I mean? Just like a random... I guess I could just pick a bunch of... There's like a lot of ways. I could make it truly random, or I could make it like a piece of... Running CSL reminds me of when you had faulty RAM. I haven't had issues with any other time with it. It'd be very odd if it's just an issue. Nothing else is problems on this machine. I find it odd that were to be the case. This is really annoying though. I just hit F5 because that's what I normally do. I mean, this looks kind of sick. Is there a way to make it move diagonally? The answer is yes. Oh, cool. I mean, I'm starting to see something. What did distance 2 look like? Just... I think picking 8 directions. Or even just having a function that generates 360 and I mean, distance 2 actually looks pretty... This looks most like a nuclear throne level. It kind of matches, I think, how the game would actually implement. Alright, let's try and add diagonals. Where's that? Step forwards. So I just need to add new directions. I'm going to refactor this then. Up is going to be north? 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 East? South? West? North? East? North? West? South? East? South? I love when my refactor to north, east, south. Oh, fuck up. South, west, northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest. So northeast should be going by x minus distance, I guess. And then east just does minus distance for both. I guess west does plus distance. South. Direction can be yes or south. And I would like to change that random 0 to 3 to be random 0 to... What's the job? I think 0 to 7. Find out. Wow. Somehow adding diagonals has made it all diagonal and shit. I need to make it more likely to turn. It needs to get stuck on diagonals and that looks a little unnatural. Use new direction. Let's move 75% of the time. I should add, I keep meaning to do this whenever I remember this library exists. There's a library that's like, so really easy to add like UI, like a debug UI. It just adds like a transparent blue and black windows that you can place on this sliders and stuff. Probably don't have a CMake build task in your workspace. That would make sense. I certainly didn't add one. Honestly, this looks kind of nice. If I generate those rooms with a bit more noise, this could do the job. You sent your tasks.json. We've got this. What is yours different? It's longer, it's still there. I'm just going to hit F5 and see what happens. That launched okay. I'm just going to add like a nothing and hit F5. It didn't do it, didn't change anything. Alright, let me just quickly look up noise generation. Oh, that's C++ generate noise around, weighted towards the center. Generate, is that just Perlin noise? Circle noise? No, not this. Generate, generate random number within a circle, weighted towards the center. How do I... It's a rune and why do software devs always paradigms? How do I do a weighted random generator? I guess I could pick a distance from circle and then a direction. I'm basically just trying to generate this. You can see the screen, right? Oh, not that, sorry. This random room. Currently it generates a consistent block. And I'd like it instead to just sort of generate like a shotgun, like a scattergun. You know what I mean? It looks a little bit more natural. I'm just trying to imagine how that would work. My maths is not that good. I feel like if I just focus around the center and pick a random radius and weigh that, that's sort of the weighting part, and then the direction doesn't matter. That can just be random. I want to weigh the radius. As for how you convert from a 360 degree to this 2D coordinate system, I'm not really sure. It seems like maths to me. Let me think. Random point in circle. Maybe I need to do something with gradient. Maybe I need to get rid of the C++. Oh, the AI... the AL overview is trying to tell me something. To generate random points in a circle that are weighted towards the center, you can use a combination of polar coordinates and a probability distribution that favors smaller radii. That's just what I said. Generate a random angle and... Maybe I'm fucking this planet. AL overview is like... He's like, lad, you got this. Generate a random angle, and then instead of generating a radius uniformly, use a probability distribution, like a square root distribution, to bias towards smaller... Holy shit. I can't believe it. It's the first time I've seen Al actually give me any advice, because it's a Martin, which means it's probably wrong, but... You want Perlin noise or something? No, I don't want Perlin noise. Let me find some new... What would you guys like? I've been listening to a lot of The Strokes today, after someone in chat came in yesterday when I was playing. It turns out they were onto something. I particularly like the 2020. Let's have a look. Pokemon Jazz. I've been kind of enjoying the MIDI music. How about we put on maybe it's just gonna be like MIDI music for programming. Maybe something will show up. I want to watch a short. I don't want to click on an AI. This was a terrible idea. Oh, hang on, best coding music for programmers. This shit's gonna give me a virus. Give me the fucking Pokemon Gold OST. Go on. Stereo and fanfares. I don't want the fanfares. Took it off the disc. Oh yeah. I never liked the stereo. I just played it out the one speaker on the... They've like added echo. It's like they've added some reverb. Don't add reverb. Just leave it. I just want to listen to the script straight from the fucking comic. Right. Oh yeah. Here we go. No reverb. Perfect. Perfect. Anti-content ID measure from 8 years ago. Alright. Yeah, Al Overview is onto something. I'm gonna continue to do what I was thinking, but I feel reassured that the yes machine said yes. That means it worked, that's true. Okay. So, just chuck this down here into hell for a minute. How are we writing our variables? Just start it. Right. Const vec. Well, it doesn't have to be constant now. Vec2, floor locations. Oh no, it's not a vec2. It's a vector. It's an std vector. Yes. When was the last time you updated the CMake tool extensions? I've barely touched this device. I'm guessing these things are auto-updated. It says auto-update. CMake itself? Question. There are no updates available. I guess it's just update. I mean, I opened it the other day. I would have given it a chance to update. Between then, I closed it. Normal distribution for the bullets. This is something. Okay. Perhaps... No, he's not smart. Hang on, he's thinking about it. Pick a random direction. You can use 360 for now. Well, that's not really what I want to do. We'll come up with the maths in a moment. I just need to look some things up for a minute. Random 0 to 360. I don't even know if that's correct. STD, uniform int distribution. Oh yeah, int. I just called it 3cell, whatever. So we're gonna pick a direction. How many bullets do I want in this scatter shot? I equals 0. I is less than. We did like 15 in here, right? So let's just say like, just for now, I just do 10. That doesn't matter. Something around. Oh. I use semicolons? It's been a hot minute since I've written a fucking for loop, I'll tell you that. These are my kits. 2022. Okay. Do AMD 64. Yeah? AMD 64? I hate how YouTube hates 64-bit. Well, yeah, what does the AMD bit mean? Not. Usually I would have thought that meant an ARM device, but I guess not. Right. Well, we're going to fill up this thing, so we're going to get a const auto friction random 360 and random number generator. So we've got a random direction. We want a radius equals. Now this is the problem. Day 1 for now. You're unused, right? And then we're just going to this stuff in. We can just directly insert this. We don't actually need to create this vector. We can just insert straight into the floor coordinates. And it's generating the position from these two is going to be difficult. Sure. So why do we still have both x86 64 and AMD 64? Why is that? Why is that? What's the difference? Okay, how do I convert from what's this? I guess a 360-degree direction to coordinates. That doesn't sound right. What's the word for this? Very small coordinate system. Trigonomic functions. Oh, we have something for this, right? Something with cos. Use atan2 for compass bearings. If you have x and y coordinates and you want to find the compass bearing, you use atan2. Angle equals atan2. What is it? Atangent 2. Yx multiplied by 180 divided by pi. It handles quadrant ambiguity correctly, unlike arctan. Where is this robot coming up with this? What trig to convert from 360 degrees to. I don't want the AI overview. I want maths.stackexchange. I haven't gone on stack exchanging forever. Yeah, atan2 gets. That was correct. 8. Am I using that somewhere? This feels like something I'd be using already. Holy shit. Hang on. Yeah. We got this. Hang on. This must be relevant, right? So distance equals length. How does this work? What is angle? You're 360? Position? Distance, I guess, is our radius here. You're trying to convert from degrees to radians. I am trying to convert from... maybe paint makes more sense. Hang on. I'm trying to lower the precision. Maybe I've not been explaining it well enough. Currently, I'm able to generate this kind of shape, right? You can see that okay, right? I can generate this shape. What I'd like to do to generate... I'm going to zoom in a bit. Instead of generating this kind of plus, I'd like to be able to generate like a blob. You know how, I don't know if Paint still has this tool? It used to have like the fun tool that would like spray paint. I think they got rid of it because it was fun. They couldn't work out how to add AI to it. So yeah, I'd like to just sort of have a function that just generates like a scatter shot like this, something random-ish, based on my center coordinate, let's say it's here. The chimney smoke tool, exactly. So I'd like to generate a random direction, you know, 360, and I'd like to generate a random radius up to some point, you know, 3, 2, 1, 0, or whatever, 1, 2, 4. And I'd like to weigh it towards the center radius. So apparently I can maybe use a square function for that, or whatever. I can, you know, there's lots of ways to weigh stuff. Linear or exponential. And then I'd like to generate from this, these two numbers. So let's say the angle is going to be 90, and the distance is going to be 1. I'd like to convert that into an actual coordinate space in this small coordinate system we're using of, you know, 1 by 2 or whatever. Does that make sense? It seems like it should be a pretty simple idea, because we are picking something in that direction and at that angle, but we're having to crush it down to fit within our small grid. Who needs fucking Copilot? We have the Swedes. Hello, Pumby. Haven't watched in 7 years. Cool to see you making it in. Well, thank you. Cool to see you. 2D Gaussian. This is why it's good to have maths nerds in your chat. I'd never get anywhere. Hopefully this explains what I meant. Does this make sense to you? I'm hoping that it will generate a more interesting room. So, let's have a look at the maths you've posted. It makes sense. Okay. You're saying that we want to pick a... Let's just say autopause equals radius multiplied by... Do I just have cosine? Okay. Angle is going to be... Well, if I call it direction, I'll call it angle. Radius multiplied by the cosine of the angle, followed by... Oh, yeah, I've seen this code before. We've used this quite a lot. Or radius... Oh, yeah, you even have a vec2. Radius multiplied by vec2, which is the cosine of the angle. Now we're using the sine of the angle. Why does that work? Oh, you're constructing a vector. Oh, hang on, have I done this incorrectly? Cosine angle, sine angle versus... Yeah, okay, I see what you mean. The unit vector in the direction. And the unit vector in the angle direction in this case means... One was... The unit vector. Vector being a direction that... Vector. Multiplying by radius gives it the length. Yeah, that makes sense. The radius bit I understand. Why is he angry at me? Do I have to say that you're a vec2? Why are you upset? Is it because you're const? It shouldn't be that you're const. Is it because you're an int? Is radius... I have to treat it as a float, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Now, I would like to generate this number using some sort of mathematical formula weighted towards the center. So weighted towards 0 up to a max. Let's say the max is something small for now, like 3 or 4. What's the maths function for that? If we're just generating a think maths square function. It's just like a square function. Is that an easy example? If your angle is 0 to 360, you'll have to convert it to radians. Use GLM radians. We'll just make the distribute 0 to 2 multiplied by pi. Yeah, I can do that. It doesn't really matter. I can just change this to random radian. I might even have a function for that already. Why doesn't the refactor tool just not work on this? Random radian. Oh, it's not. Random radian. And then random radian is somewhere between 0 and 2. Do I just have pi as a static? Is donut numbers pi different to... Oh wait, radian I guess has to be a float then? Or is it... Yes. Okay. But then I want a uniform float distribution. Real, I guess. Can you explain to me why uniform int distribution even takes a template here? Yeah, that's what I wrote. Why would you want this to be something as if you want a u in 8 instead? For example? It can be short or long, yeah, okay. Maybe just 2f. Is it 2f or 2.f? How does this language work? Which of these do you prefer? 2 and 8 doesn't work. Okay, so we've got a random radian here. God for math. We've got a random radian and a radius of 2. For this, I make the max steps 1. This should already generate 10 random positions nearby, right? I'm also guessing the compiler will inline this for us, so I can leave it extracted like this for sanity's sake. Oh. Wow. Interesting that I'm giving it a radius of 2. Okay, let's say we give it a 15 chance and a radius of 4. How does that look? It should only put them at a distance of 4, I'd have thought. Right? This does do that. Yes. Okay, this is a bit more like it. Obviously it generates the one that we're on top of, and then it generates 4 at a random direction away from it. 15 apparently. I guess there were like some of them overlapped. Okay, how do I want to generate this radius then? What's this? Is this just square? I'd like it to be random. Like a random plus random number square. I feel like there should be something baked in for this. Do I maybe have something baked into this header already? What? Uniform. Perhaps instead of uniform, there is a different type of distribution. Random radius. Int distribution. Oh, there's only uniform. Oh, here we go. Binomial, Cauchy, exponential, gamma, geometric, Poisson, chi squared, extreme, Fisher F, Bernoulli. I've heard about him. What's a logonormal? Weibull? Fucking hell. What are these? Where are these coming from? Is this just Rand? Yeah, or whatever. I want to read this. Is this part of Rand? MSVC Rand? C++ Rand distribution person? Maybe there's something I could... Here we go. Hacking C++. Show me a graph, please. Uniform is uniform. That makes sense. Discrete. Yeah, they're not. They're like a little bit different. Or does yours have pictures, or is this just CPP reference? Why did that open in a web view in VS Code? Yeah, no, I wanted examples because I'm not a mathematician. I don't know what Poisson distribution is. Fish distribution. So I'm just looking at pictures. Geometric distribution looks nice. Normal distributions, I've seen him before. You kind of have examples if you click on them. In the terminal. I guess I can try it. The website was on just had pictures, but... Possible output. Not a random number distribution. Let's look at Bernoulli. This is a pain. I'm using my website. It's this one. Poisson. I'm thinking about Poisson just because I like the name. I'd like it to approach 0. I mean, exponential also kind of does what I want, I think. Like, much more likely to stay nearby, less likely to just send something off into the void. Gamma is kind of... Geometric distribution looks pretty good. Piecewise. This one doesn't have Poisson. Oh, it does. Poisson distribution, where I make... What is U? That. How do you pronounce that? Where it's a U, but they've added like a little Grecian line underneath. Yeah, I've not done this shit since uni. It lets you put the average at something that isn't 0. But I want the average to be 0. But yeah, I mean, this looks fine. On this example, Poisson, I can set mean to 0. Or 1. Actually, how am I meant to read this? You get a lot of overlapping then. Yeah, that's the point. Yeah. I'd like it to be biased towards the center. If you think of like a gradient, if we were to generate a million over a large radius, I'd like it to have like less around the edges and loads around. Which involves overlapping, yeah. Get a bit like a 1 or 2 tiles out, I guess. Okay, let's try this Poisson distribution. Not just because it's called Poisson distribution. He's friends with Fisher. What do I need for the Poisson distribution? What do you expect? Double? Hi. Double. Do you have to be a double? You're happy with the float? I don't know why you're upset. You're just a name. Maybe it's only int. That's fine. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Where am I? Here we go. We also won random radius. I don't know what numbers we feed in. Let's just try 0 or 1 or 5. I don't know. And then random radius. Are we already using that? Maybe not. Radius equals random radius. M numbered? This is all new to me. It's exciting though. I like this part of maths. It's something that you really do have to fucking spend for hours and hours researching. It's hard to just randomly pick something. I mean, it seems to have picked a bunch of stuff. It's hard to say if they're generalizing towards the center, but I'd say maybe they are. If I generate like 50, how does this look? I should see like a sort of scatter effect around the outside. I mean, I do think it's biased towards the center. It's not quite as biased as I'd like, though. I would really like it to have more bias towards the center, if that makes sense. Like, higher weighing. It doesn't feel strong enough. How does Poisson distribution work? Poisson. It's a discrete probability distribution that expresses the probability of a given number of events occurring in a fixed interval of time if these events occur within a known constant mean rate and independently of the time. Okay. It's named after a French mathematician, Simon Denis Poisson. It plays an important role for discrete stable distributions. Nice. Okay, I mean this is just distribution of like 0, right? We can try a different number. No, this is 5. Let's try 3. There must be a way to mess with this a bit more. You could use a normal distribution to tweak the mean and standard deviation. I think that's what I'd like to do. I think normal makes more sense, but I'm enjoying this Poisson distribution. It's actually going way further out than I was expecting. This is not 3 tiles out, is it? This one up here is like way fucking it. I'd have to write a function to like remove straggling walls. It's kind of sick. It's kind of sick though. How would this look if I generate a room with this? Just curious. Max steps 1,000, and then just change nothing else. It might take a while to generate now. We're actually doing a bit of work. You can go to infinity. That's problematic. Where the fuck is this going? Oh, I changed distance, didn't I? That's problematic. How long have I been working on this? Hi, Boris. Technically, WouHou started during the pandemic, but this second version was a few years ago. We work on it so infrequently. I think it's just not that likely right now to generate one of these weird rooms. Max steps, let's set that to 2,000. And let's make this Poisson distribution a bit more like this. Gen chance is guaranteed. Let's try this. Always clamp the result. It's a good idea. But then by clamping it, you're making it stick to that wall, so it will have this weird distribution where it will pop up at the end. This is fun. It's useless, but this is kind of fun. This is with a guaranteed distribution chance. It's generating a room like 100% of the time. It doesn't seem good. Let's just try the normal distribution. Are you an int, or are you a float, I guess? A random, whatever. What does normal distribution take? What are your arguments? How do I manipulate this? How does normal work? PD dev. Standard means average. Mean means average. Yeah. So the average is going to be 3. And the deviation is how wide the bell curve is. So like, here we're saying like on average I want a distance of 3. And then I want the bell curve to center around 3 and use the standard deviation calculation to draw a line like something like that. Let's say we want it to mean around 0, but then deviate 3 wide. I don't know. How does that look? This would be a great time to have that extract this to adjacent or something. I don't know. Right, how does this work? Oh, thank you. This is a nice system. It's kind of annoying that I have to open it in my browser. But here we go. Yes, this old thing. It's 60% or so your results. I mean, I can literally use this graph as an example. Each band has a width of 1 standard deviation. Mostly sits around 0. There's a 30-30 chance it goes one way and 1 the other way. Hang on then, does that mean that it's randomly picking a negative radius? Mean changes where 0 is. Yeah, that makes sense. I get that. Let's make it 1. I was saying something, I forgot. Why is it upset? Oh, the game's running. There must be a way to tie like F5 to also like close the running probe. Ah. Yep, that looks like what I was trying to do earlier. That's nice. Let's say that I want the sigma to be 2. It's a massive effect going from 1 to 2. Why is it so huge? You don't need static class float anymore because it's already afloat, sure. Why is that such a vast difference? Should I be using like 1.5, I guess? Where's the static cast? This thing, yeah. I mean, that stuff's definitely going to be optimized out, right? For sure. Yeah, I guess 1.5. I I'd like to generate 50 floors. How does that look? Recompiles to nothing. I don't feel like it's generating 50. I'm guessing they're all overlapping. This is just how maths works. Does rand look biased to the top right, or am I just feeling that? I feel like that's my human brain. It's a new thing. I kind of liked myself distribution. Try putting the mean at 1 or 2 tiles out. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. It's nice. My worry is that it doesn't generate right next to you, but maybe that's okay. No, this isn't... Maybe it's fine. Because it's being generated constantly on top of everything else. Let's generate a room of 5,000. Yeah, the Roomba is not being used. What was the Roomba being used for before? I guess it's location. Oh, hang on, am I stupid? The position needs to be based on the Roomba's position. No wonder that looked so stupid earlier. Can I just multiply them? Can I just say Roomba multiplied by pos? That'll work. 5vec2. You're a float vec. Can I maybe... Just only splatting in the center of the screen. That makes complete sense. Oh fuck. Oh god, look, he's gone. Look at where he's gone. Why has it done this? That's so strange. I think something's off. Maybe not multiplied by, plus, yeah. 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 There must have been tiles off in like the trillions there. It's crazy. Ah, here we go. Okay, this is what I was expecting. Okay, this looks a lot more realistic now, doesn't it? Kind of crumbly. It feels kind of like a game, right? And it's relatively continuous. Hang on. Oh no, it's all cool. I feel like I haven't seen that issue that we had before where the floor was randomly invisible. We fixed that by rounding coordinates, I remember. I mean, this looks like a level. Like, if this was a Nuclear Throne style game, you'd have no complaint. It does seem crazy that it's continuously tunneling off to the left where it could be choosing to go in any direction. Why is it so biased towards the left? Could the Roomba use that random direction? Oh, the breakpoint to move is only 75. If I make movement guaranteed, I guess it sits more in the middle. Do you think there's value in having the Roomba move? Because it would make it less star shape. I think it would pull in the diagonals a bit. You know what I mean? Alright, this is it moving constantly. And it still likes to move left. Why does it move left so much? It's just very strange to me. 0 to 7. How about instead of 0 to 7? Just get rid of that for a minute. I use that same random direction. Instead of having this choose new direction thing, work like this, with this direction enum, we work in more abstract terms. We can just cut a lot of this stuff out. If I want this to be an angle, I would say, I guess I'd make this a float. We can just cut, step forwards. This becomes a float. And then this becomes something a lot simpler. You are no longer needed. Now. I want this code, basically. I split you to the right. To step forwards. I guess we could keep this chunk in here. We just have a random chance to move, and then when we want to move, we say float direction. Oh, sorry, I meant angle. Just mistyped. Pretty late. I meant angle. Yeah, this makes some sense. And this fixes one of my other annoyances, was that we'd hard-coded all these. So if we're likely to move, I want to return an IVEC2 of well, actually, we just look at the code on the right? I want the input plus Oz. We're a game developer. Return this. Hello. I guess we can do this. You don't need a radius here, that's just going to be distance. Actually... yeah, why... I mean, why not is a lot of good reasons, actually. Let's just cast Tubes Afloat. No. We're just fucking it. So we're going to pick a random angle. We're going to pick a... we've already got a distance hard-coded, which is just going to be 1 step at a time we're taking. We're going to generate pos. 2 kind of looks like a guy giving the finger to. Me? Oh, you mean the word "to"? Is it that late? There we go. That's pretty real. And just get rid of all this shit then. We've got Git. We have version control. Oh, it's so nice to maybe get rid of hard-coded stuff for proper maths. Alright. Slowly getting back. And now this maths is in the code base, I can reuse it. Step forwards. Sure. By direction. Concepts no longer needed. I mean, we did bash out the original version of this in like 2 hours or something, so it's... Right. I don't know about this -1 to 1 thing. Is this still being used? No. Got all of this shit. -1 to 1. We just need random radian, random radius, and random... I thought you had when trying to decipher what you meant to type. E? Or the 2? The word 2. It's angry. We don't need to start in a direction. Oh. Choose new direction. Hey, what's direction being used for in this function? It's not being used at all, right? It's an angle. You're not needed as a parameter, we just need distance. That trivializes things. Simple. The guy in YouTube chat. What did he type? Did I miss something in chat? I have live chat. Why are you angry? Oh, it doesn't, oh, right. I guess you just return input. Haven't moved anywhere. Oh wait, you return a vec too. What's that math? You should be an ivec too. Go. Got on stream, so I presume it wasn't filtered. What did you see? Ah, did I miss something? If you've typed something, I didn't. Done 1 blob. I guess it's because I'm not actually taking the Roomba's space into account. It's not actually. Just say hi to him. I just saw the word "to." Oh, I thought you meant like he wrote like a big sentence. You mean the fact that he wrote the word "to" and you read that as a... Yeah. I thought there was more. Why is this not moving? what are we doing here? We're taking in an input, which in this case is... That's correct. The input is actually the Roomba. Why does this not change in the header? VS Code, for some reason on this machine, works differently to my work laptop, and I'll never understand. Maybe different extensions. You're applying the... I don't... is it possible that it's not moving? Maybe I got this wrong. But you can't do if true. Hang on. Still not moving. Oh, I'm not adding in the distance? I am. Distance is 1. So it's 1 multiplied by... But that should still be moving it 1 at a time, right? What if I make this 2? I mean, that works. If no back 2, oh, it probably gets rounded down to 0 every time. Why is that? It's under... Oh. I don't want that. Should I work with regular vectors for the moment? Yeah, I should, right? This should just be a vec2, and then this should be a... Right? Question mark? Because then this way the maths is still done, and then it gets rounded. That'll be the same. True? Doesn't seem to be true, unless it didn't build. This looks like what I was expecting. Yeah, this is correct. We're multiplying distance, which is 1.0, by this vec2. Distance 2. It is now, yeah. Oh, do I have to put it back? Yeah, no. How do I resolve this? I just not use distance 1. 1 multiplied by... I just have to use 2 with this. What is this? Check and place walls. There must be an easier way to do. Well, I mean, actually, this is... Good tune. Why not keep it as vec2 throughout and only round on actually placing it? Yeah. Does that resolve the issue though? Actually, this is placing the tile. That's this, isn't it? No. I guess the Roomba doesn't have to... No, it has to be this way because I'm using the step forwards function with the Roomba. It doesn't place anything. No, but it moves the Roomba. The Roomba is a vector. But do you think the Roomba should be using float pool? It's starting to turn. Do you think it's okay for the Roomba to be vector? there a way to maybe round instead of 0 point? Instead of just truncation when converting to vector. I mean, I can make the to make sure distance is normal. We can try this. Let's just make the Roomba a vec2. Or use round, yeah. Generate walls. This is kind of annoying. We are using ivex everywhere else. I'm gonna round. I think I'll introduce bias. At some point we'll end up with a 9.3. Maybe it allows for on like a greater scale. Yeah, let's skip that again. Let's just convert everything. Do I need ivec2 hash? Should you be regular vec? No, the floor tile coordinates should definitely be these should definitely be vec2s. The Roomba can just be a vec2. Two different approaches. Either you treat it like around the pixel, treat it as an issue. Yeah, I like the floating point cursor a bit better. I was thinking a bit more about it. It's almost like you have like subpixels, and then at the end of the day, we're still discrete where they make sense. Does that add random room change? I guess Roomba is a vec. No. I think this is just where the Roomba is now, so that's okay with being a vec2. Extract this. Room floor count. Yeah. So can I make this an ivec2 and do like a round? This allowed. Does this work the way I think it does? I mean, this is random room, so this matters a little bit. Probably want to make those constant static. This is getting messy. So we are getting the value of the Roomba's location plus this radius and angle calculation. And then we're rounding that into the IVEC2 space. Is there a way I could extract this to be a bit more legible? I'm guessing if I just place a IVEC2 into or a VEC2 into an IVEC2, it does truncation rounding, so I have to manually round, right? A little annoying that it doesn't set up a compile of. Maybe that's okay. Use floor to mimic what you'd expect. Really? I was thinking round just because then it gives. Then floor just crushes everything. Floor is just truncation. At least if it something is 0.4% onto the next tile, it went or something 0.6 into the tile. I will get something rather than just nothing. I like the idea where if we're like 0.6% tile, we could even make it a fucking random chance. We could roll the RNG, and if it's that float multiplied by 100. I'm quiet compared to the music. Did you even hear me there? I just saw OBS go to 0. Whatever. Yeah, am I quiet compared to music? I can load the music. No one else is mentioned it. I'm getting tired. Let me think. The floor and walls should be IVEX. And then that's the level layout. When we generate the floor, we're using this little Roomba, which is a Vec2, that can be float. I wish it was called float FVec2 or something to be obvious, but that's okay. You made a game as a school project. Plus, that's awesome. Have you shared it? What did you do? I wasn't aware. I better use collision 1. A round Roomba, please. I guess I can move the round here. That's like a little neater. Just a little bit. With your example image, Donut, I would rather my game... I kind of see what you mean. I was imagining that starts snapping to text. So you said 2.1 should generate a thing at 1. You said it should generate... I think 2.8 and 1.8 should generate it. Because it's most of the way there. Does that make sense? It's an experiment. The game was simple, you barely passed. I'd like to see. You tried learning C++, but Norton won't let you install something. Norton? Norton antivirus? You have to have that installed. Expect it to give you tile. Well, maybe that's a disagreement. I want to see how this looks. It's easy enough to change round to floor. We can see what the difference looks like. Let's experiment now. In my work, they do this. Okay. This is at the top. Why are you just in void? Why aren't you in the... Why did I make this a free function? You won't see the difference, it's more of a convention that's... Do you understand why I'm suggesting to use round instead of for though? You see where I'm coming from? What's wrong? Round only accepts floating point inputs. Oh, you can't use round on effects. What if I just put the thing in directly then? How's the game looking? Honestly, we haven't really touched it for like 8 months, so it's probably pretty similar to how you last looked at it. Anything about us for ASCII? I could imagine. Alright, I don't remember quite what we were doing. But we did it. Oh, we made it so distance 1 works. That was it. Alright, I would like the room to be a bit less common if that's okay. Let's say it's a 10% chance and they generate 25. How does that look? I haven't seen it in years. Oh. Well, at some point we decided to experiment with a nuclear throne style bit of work. Which is what we're doing now. This is interesting. Hang on, if I make it so instead of using the floor background, it draws the tiles, does that look better? Where's background tile? How about instead of background tile? Oh, it has to be a texture. How does this look if I just use the wall tile? Curious. This will even work. Hell yeah. Just, I have a feeling it won't... That's the best song in the soundtrack. Oh, it does work. That's kind of freaky. How do you run C++ in VSC? I'm sorry, Daily Scripts. This is stuff you might want to Google. I'm not Google. You might want to follow a guided guide somewhere. This isn't that sort of. You could look on. Actually, don't know what's a good reference for learning C++. Chat. I don't know. There must be a good website somewhere. What game are you developing? We're making a bullet hell, but we're now experimenting with a top-down twin-stick shooter kind of thing. And today we've just been messing around with procedural generation. I guess I'm drawing all the tiles at half size. It doesn't work when we hit a fight, that's true. What if I just make the asset smaller? Where is wall.p? I'm gonna open you with text editor? Select a new default editor. Alright, Aspirate. Do I even have Steam open? I don't. Alright, I'm having to log into Steam to use the image editor chat. That's the sort of world we live in. Alright. Hey, it still works. Do I... Hang on. I'll have to decide for a minute. I want to load the wall tile in. Can I do that? Let me have a look through my files. Right. Open. Oh, it's just in. Let's just make the wall tile half as big. Sprite size. Let's do 16. Instead of like a wood texture, let's go on Google and type in Minecraft stone texture. Just gonna grab that. Actually, even better than that. Pokemon Gold tile set. Well, this could be some. Thank you, the Spriters resource. Honestly, quite based. Alright, here's the Pokemon Gold tile set. I want to grab the cave asset. It's kind of based. This can be the floor. Open portal. You can see the screen, right? Right, it's a bit big. Sprite, canvas size, 16 by 16. Save that. Now wall tile. Is this when we start having fucking, like, we draw the wall direction? I have a crate. Oh. Now let's just go with a classic rock. This is a good one. Okay, I'll just reset the whole fucking window. I thought Control R would reset the thing I was looking at. Why the fuck? It deleted all my active windows as well. That's a battle. Generator. What was it called? Level system? Is this a different project? This is different. Oh, this one. Oh, here we go. Alright, we're here. Speaking of the F5 stuff, while you're doing sprites, do you think you could try updating VS? I said earlier, VS is, there's no update available. Good. Nothing to do. Holy shit. Let me think for a moment. I want to go to the render background and I want to render these things in a 1 by 1. Hang on, did I also make the floor? Could work. I mean actual VS for the MSVC compiler. Do I have VS installed? I do. Ugh. Yeah, I can do that later. Hang on, why is this not drawing my walls in? Yeah, it's there. I'm not gonna install it now. Oh, you know what it is? These think they're 32 by 32. Yeah, I can give that a go next. Oh, it's a cave though. He's made a cave. Some of these rocks look wrong. Why are these scaled so poorly? Everything's off by 16. Right? Why is that? You know what? Using like an actual tile set does make it feel more legit, right? Even though it's just like the Gen 2 one. Crazy. Why does this look shit? It's like has like bilinear filtering applied and it's drawn at the wrong height. How does load cell animation do? Like what's going on here? Scaling everything by 0.5. Not anymore. It's why is the background just here? Extra offset. Player position divided by background get size. The walls and the floors are being drawn correctly. But the texture for the background has some sort of bilinear filtering applied. That's how it looks, at least. Is it because I'm just using load texture? None of this should be relevant here. I guess it's the difference between drawing a rectangle instance and a sprite distance. Load texture should be using linear. Yeah. Something like that, huh? Texture option. Here we go. Oh, here we go. HDR? I have a HDR monitor. I don't know how you call this constructor. It's not a HDR image, damn. I don't see a... Maybe it's a text texture option, it's not image option. Repeat. Interesting that repeat doesn't need to use mipmap, use a linear filter. I wonder if that's gonna fuck with anything. Use mipmap. What value could I get out of a mipmap here? Like a shear angle? Oh, this looks fine. I don't know why it's off by half though. Do you see this? Like when my real walls that are being generated are meeting this background, everything's height is off by 0.5. You're not scaling, you won't get anything. That makes sense. Is it that I'm just drawing all the walls offset? Should the walls be drawn different? Like maybe the background is perfectly fine, but the walls are being drawn at position. Why? Just the tile drawing. Let me delete this old stuff. Do I need to? Yeah, I mean, I can just get this back. I haven't seen that in a while. This is what we're doing here. So to get the tileable background, we're drawing a rectangle. Texture offset is the player position divided by the background sized. I guess that's to make the background. I don't know why it's division. So it moves in along with the player rather than against it. Um, Down here when we're drawing the tiles. Sprite instance the origin. No, origin 0. But are we no, expecting that? I guess that would fix it, but I'm... Ideally, I'd like it to work so when I start to do my collision detection. Yeah, I want it so when I do the collision detection to be quite trivial. I don't want to start adjusting down by... Because, like, yeah, making the origin of this minus 0.5 or whatever would work. That's not... I don't think that's the... Isn't it? Could it be that it's just the player position? It is the entity's actual... We're drawing the rectangle. I don't understand what this get sign. Gets the floating point size in text. Where's the origin of a texture? Or is that not a concept? Like a sprite thing, bottom left. Is it possible that the player's position is offset by half on the... Like if I just set the offset to be just the asset's position, it shouldn't move, right? It did, yeah, I thought it only looked like it was offset on the Y. Alright, if I just set it to 0, 0, it still looks like it's off. And it's still only offset on the Y. Obviously, it doesn't move there anymore. But just by default, something's off by half. Get frame. Maybe when I'm creating it in the asset manager, what you want, frame count. It's making the background scroll. It's probably a camera. Well, I just showed you. We're literally just dividing the background by player's position. Yeah, texture offset is the player position divided by background. You're making the world scroll. Oh right. I was just looking at something. It's here. We have this offset Y thing. Animation sheet height minus multiplied by sprite height 60. No sprite. I mean that should be fine. That should just be 0. Look at the camera. Yeah, I think it's called game. Let's remember the name of the other class. We have update camera 2D here. It looks like the offset of the camera is the player's position minus screen center X. Screen. And I have a funny feeling that we picked a camera size, which is divisible by 60. Explains why it's not just offset by some random amount. I suspect that screen center Y is off by 60. As joined while we're listening to a real banger of a song. Screen center Y correct to start with. I mean, how about this? I just put it into Paint, and I have a look at where the middle of the screen looks. Song is banging. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna open this in Paint. What a tune. It looks to me, just based on the dots, going straight down like this. Right. So I guess it's offset on X and Y. Like that is the center looks correct. It's centered around the plate. As for Y, and it looks like, yeah, it looks like all the rocks are in line with the player too. How does this make sense? The tiles look like they're lined up with the world on the corners, but it looks like the player is by default at 0, which is here. Player's origin is in the center, right? It sort of starts offset by 8 and 8. I guess this is where the floor starts. Here. And it looks like it's using... It's like lined up against the bottom of the player. What's the background texture? I'm just using the same as the rock, because I wanted to see what it would look like if it was like an enclosed cave. And at some point, I'm obviously not just going to use the Pokemon. But at some point, I imagine I'd want whatever background tile I have to line up with the rest of the time. I might join the stream a bit late. We are problem solving. How are you doing? I mean, I can just offset the background by half. Maybe that's okay. Let's just do that. And by the way, I'm like lying on my, with like a leg up on the table. I'm leaning. I'm reclined. Draw 2D background. Wait. Alright. I'm waiting. What are you thinking? What does this look like? Writing the screen center X and Y to the texture offset. Yeah, that could work. How do I do that? I just make a maybe even subtracting it. Screen X, something like that. Right. Oh my god. Oh, it's upsetting. We'd have to be on the right-hand side, of course. Well, this is upsetting. Do you see this? This effect. Kind of unnerving. I guess this is how you make it give your players a headache. Try this. Headache mode unlocked. I'll have to keep that in mind. If your character gets concussed, it just starts randomly subtracting stuff. I mean, still looks off. It's weird how X isn't off. I guess that's just how the division works. You saw that in your peripheral vision and thought the world was ended. It is. Try subtracting before the division. Isn't that what I just did? And that looked really weird. That was this. What do you mean putting it in brackets? We do this. We do a little bit of bid mass. Order of operations. We're kind of cool like that. I did my GCS. Oh, okay. I mean, it's lined up, I think, but it's it doesn't move properly. So this looks good. Fantastic. We fixed the problem. But then, oh god. You meant player position minus whatever. Maybe it does make sense. This stuff's fun. Are you guys enjoying your annual programming stream? Hey! Dude, just as the fucking new root music starts playing. This is great. Wow. Wow. We did it. Hang on a hot mo. Let's where's Ace Bright? Let's change the wall tile and the floor tile. Let's change them into like grass or something. Does plus work as well? Question. Where's the regular grass? I guess the grass is just this. And occasionally you get one of these little... What to make the wall? Is there like a single one tile tree? Yeah, this one. Oh, the bush. This is a classic. Yeah, this looks. I hate that it fails to build even when there's a build already there. Please. Yeah, now we're in the cozy zone. Interesting that you can spawn inside a rock because your character spawns 0-0. Check it out. Wow. They call him the procedural generation. Man, Gen 2 is so pretty. Now we're gaming. Yeah. I will say it's harder to see the effects of the procedural generation with actual tiles, but... Level generator. I'd ideally like to extract all this stuff out. Let's extract that out. Max steps. guess this can't be a U in 8. It can be a size T. Distance. I remember what you said. Make them static context, bro. Wrong. What are you expecting? Just an int? Yeah? Oh, you are? Okay, let's just fix over here. Dude, this music's so good. Anyone else heard of this Pokemon? Nice. I make it so the character technically owns like half the thing up. That makes sense. Have I extracted all the magic? I think I have. Oh, we should move this. Step forwards. Chance. I don't know why this wouldn't be 100%, but why not? Actually, I can't think of a reason this wouldn't be 100%. I guess it's a random chance. It's a chance to not change the angle from last time. I could increase the odds that the angle doesn't. Now we're not doing the Roomba thing. It doesn't make sense. These aren't even global constants. That's crazy. There you go. I mean, this is looking a lot cleaner and smaller now, right? Where am I printing this stuff to? I have this format print line. Oh, I don't even need to, like, this distance can be extracted. Yeah, this format print is not going anywhere. It's going into this debug console. Yeah, you can see it moving around. You can't really. You can see in this console, this is where the Roomba went. I don't need to see that. We can get distance out of there. It's not going into terminal, it's going into debug console. Oh, it's nice to, like, clean things up a bit. Look at this, it's just pure maths. Cosine angle, sine angle. Beautiful. That'd be a Windows thing. Yeah, I don't see this at work. Maybe these could be used elsewhere. Random percentage, radian, and radius. Maybe I could make these statics. Feels like a useful thing to have in the project. Or the ability to just pick a random direction. It's sort of what we're doing here. And here. That could be extracted. In fact, I should probably extract that now. I have a math split thing, right? It's just this stuff, right? Let's extract that. Is there a I don't have a no discard inline IVEC to PLM IVEC to. What do I want to call this? The fuck is this function? Work it out later. On a return. Then I want a angle is going to be, so I want a float angle and a IVEC2 start point. Actually, just a vec2. I want to return Oz. Oh, it's on a radius, which is a float. Is it pos plus? How was I doing a multiply here and a plus down here? Doesn't make... Rumba plus pos. I guess I want to... Fuck, I chose something. Like... Pos is extraneous there. Maybe. I want to see my use cases. Distance multiplied by... I guess that's the radius. Yeah, the pos thing. Yeah. These angles, these brackets are not smart. I want to pass in distance and the angle. Pos is maths. Work it out later. Distance and angle. I guess I could just inline that. Yeah, angled vector. Yeah, angled vector. How does this work? We're returning a radius? Yeah, I guess so. I feel like I'm gonna forget what this does really quickly. That's nice and clean. Look at this step forwards function, it's so much smaller than it was. Rumba plus... Unit vector. No, this is... Let's not get too... How am I doing that in this function too? Somewhat. This. Oh, we're doing A10. Let me sit in my seat properly. Do I have to do something to get maths in? Do I have to import it? I've already... Oh, that's a different one. Where the fuck is hash on this? Where's my maths header? Utilities. Fuck you. Source utilities. Where are you? System. So I need to do /utility. /maths.h. It just gets deleted. How do I include the maths header? Double dot. Oh, I guess just dot, it means here, yeah. I sort of work it out later, I called you. What's wrong? Returns a iVec2. I guess it could return a regular vec2. Alright. it'll work still. Wow. Let's make it generate slightly smaller room. Look, we've now extracted everything to the header, I think. The actual class itself is quite slim now. There might be a nicer way to do this, probably. Really leaning side. But the rest of this is like pretty clean. So I'm gonna say that the room gen chance. Make it even less likely and make it only generate 5. This should look like a mess. Oh, actually, pretty good. It's a little hard to move around in. If this were like an actual RPG, this would be bad. If I make it 50% chance. Yeah, I should really install that library to put a UI in. There's no reason to have to recompile to me. Half the time it should be generating a room. I guess the room distance hasn't been extracted. This looks kind of nice. I don't like this generating these like small 1x1s. Did you read the longer message earlier? The one where you said make it get unit vector and do dos plus radius multiplied by. But I wasn't too interested. You say something else. Constant enums, I'd put an anonymous namespace at the top of the C++ because it means you don't have to recompile the file every time. I didn't. Yeah, we can try. No, I just missed that. Had an anonymous namespace? We've got one up here, don't we? Yeah, that should work, right? Actually, I'll put... makes sense. Stat. Yeah, that's true. Why can't you put static in an anonymous namespace? I call this... Why does my refactor? I hate it. It's very upsetting. Sigma 3. 2. Mean of 2. This should generate scatter shot. You can, but it warns you because it ties into. Oh, actually. Oh, actually went back on itself. I like that. And then we make it so chance for a room is much smaller. How about now? I really wish we could fix that F5 thing. Right. We're pretty unlikely to generate a room. A little bit more claustrophobic. Does that mean that it just tunneled off somewhere? I wonder how this happened. Oh, it moved diagonally, I guess. Because it moved diagonally. Yeah. Look at this. There's no movable space. I think I have to make it so when it places a floor, it does like a... or even places a room, another room. File out. Yeah, okay. Here, where we're stepping forward. I actually want to generate... So instead of inserting the thing here, I want this to be... Maybe I should have a generate room. Add random room. Just a small or like a blip. Yeah, okay, here's a nice idea. We have like 2 random jets going on as we're... Let's bring up paint. As our little Roomba is like pathing around like this, just draw that as a line. These are all 1 by 1 right now, right? And when it goes diagonally, like this, it like still has trees on either side, so your player can't actually move through. Instead of cutting a 1 by 1, I think we cut a little bigger tunnel along each space with 1 call to the create room function, and then occasionally as well we still call our random generate thing like this. How does that sound? I don't know if this middle one should be random or not. Just a blob. We can try just generating a blob. We have a function up. Just use this for now. So here. Just for now. This should force the Roomba to always have like a little blob around it. That should prevent, if I actually make the chance to generate a wall, a room 0. You should see a rather thick snake. We could even increase the distance doing this. Yeah, so there's, I think this is 0 rooms, but as the snake is running around doing its thing, it's sort of carving out a bigger space. I think this is fine to leave not random. This is the guaranteed moving space, so the player character will never be stuck. I think ever. I think it's impossible. Because you're guaranteed to have this little bubble around you. Why not just have R bound to restart? That would make a lot of sense. So this is the guaranteed movement space. I can move this to... And then on top of this, we have the room gen chance set to like 10. And it just occasionally does like a little scatter shot. Like that. I feel like we could even up the distance, like I said. Oh, the rooms are way too... Which is fine. I mean, this is a big playable area, and then you get into these smaller sort of sections. Kind of fun. Pretty sensible. But we set the distance to 2. And I guess we can have the mean of the room to be a bit focused, so it's not quite so wide. I love having all these little numbers. They have such big differences. But you get these huge spaces. And occasionally you get this like that. You open user settings by modified, you have setting. Do you have any sort by modified? How do I see modified? This one. Telesense is disabled. ClangD checks for updates. This is checking for a hard-coded path for ClangD. And the CMake tools is using Ninja. Maybe we could change this. It would be really nice to just hit F5 and then... I think we need the rooms to stop the diagonal thing. They're pretty standard, yeah. Yeah. I think the smallest gap we get now is this... Does that make sense? I don't know why there's a gap there. Maybe this gap was generated by random... It's not part of the room, but... These are pretty small corridors. Maybe I should make it so that the floors generated by... Just for debugging purposes, the floors generated by moving around should be different. That's because I'm doing distance too. The floors generated by the Roomba maybe should have a different tile to the generated by the room. Just to see how that really... What about the settings, Jason? We can look in a minute. I need to go to bed soon. This looks pretty good for now. You could have a firefight in here. I think the player speed needs to be kind of feels like it could go on forever, huh? Let me note that down actually, hang on. What do? Install that library that lets you... When was this when you transition into a sheet? What did I just say? I said something interesting. Remember. Oh, be different. You could have a firefight here. Thank you, Jason. This is it. Right. We've already got it, technically. Although the issue with collision detection is I guess we also now need to think about how to only localize collision detection. Because until now we've just been checking for collision with literally everything on the screen. Like everything, all the bullets. It runs at 1,000. But it might be problematic if we check every single frame for the character to collide with a wall. We have like 20,000. Writing that efficiently. Yes, might be screwed. Alright, well, I'm gonna end the stream. I'll update. Did you enjoy the stream today? I think we made some great progress. A lot of fun. Fucking it. I had a lot of fun today. We made some great progress. We replaced our weird hard coding from the last procedural generation stream with some maths. Exciting. Okay. So quick as well. I kind of wish there was a way to zoom out and view it all. I could definitely write like a scaler. There's no reason that the camera has to be tied to this size. Zoom it the way out. Write something that lets the side. Don't know how it'll look. Just literally zoom the camera. reckon I could do that quickly. Like aim dot. How do I do that? Render resolution. I just do this like multiply by 2. Really know how that's going. Oh yeah. I mean, obviously it doesn't work with the background rendering. Where is screen? I don't think I can adjust those actually. If I do multiplied by like 100, how does that work? Just kind of curious. How about by 5? See my like interest, right? Kind of cool to just see how the whole map looks. Yeah, look, here it is. The sort of blob we're seeing. This is reminding me of my station. Honestly, as a level, that looks pretty good. Without much tweaking, because there's not much point in tweaking. Change the background to camera world 2D instead of how it looks. It should probably work. You have to do all the weird maths either. I mean, this looks like a level, right? Pretty realistic. This one's made the UK. Fun. Whatever. I don't remember why you didn't just do that in the first place. Level. Problem. What are we saying? Instead of screen width and screen height, do. Oh, this is Vec 2 screen width, screen height. You're saying that we did. World camera 2. How does this work? To cover the entire screen. Yeah, that was the plan. What was your magic symbol? Just leave it. This is a rectangle. I'm losing my. Yeah, I mean, like it's drawing, like the scale doesn't. Scale would have to. It's part of the issue, like the trees are by 16. They're not being down. They're being drawn in the background. Whatever canvas is. Anyway, maybe that's not necessary. Just shove this into. I wonder. Actually. Just curious. Hey, look. Let's scale it. I changed this render resolution. Oh, that's not good. Alright, fuck it. I'm gonna go to bed, buddy. You enjoy the stream? I hope so. Be back tomorrow with something. Maybe the same, maybe. For now, great progress. We did it. The world's best. Oh. Alright. Catch you on the flip side. Have a nice sleep. It's midnight. Bye bye. Thank you for the help today, by the way. Bye bye.